Welcome to our online video presentation series of the powerful features in the Outside View product. This is Fred Steffens, and I am the CTO at Crystal Point. In the previous video covering context recognition for Outside View, we said that contexts are identified through their differing styles of command line prompts via regex. For instance, the tackle prompt we are showing is conveying three pieces of information: the current volume on our system, current subvolume, and a numeric value indicating the command that we are working on. Since command prompts are generally not fixed, most of them have some element that varies. We cannot identify them via some static string value. Instead, we need to identify the pattern of the prompts. This is done using regular expression or regex strings. This video is an extension of the previous context recognition video, focusing more on regex expressions. You can accomplish vast and wonderful things using regex. In Outside View, we simply use it for pattern matching, to recognize command prompts for various contexts, and to provide a highly flexible mechanism to customize Outside View for your environment. We're going to lightly touch on regex, as it can be a complicated subject, but really nothing to fear once you get your feet wet. There are a couple open source utilities we've found useful in the past when creating and test regex matching strings for Outside View. They are the Regulator and Regulazy, which you can download from the following link. We like the Regulator for its analyzer and testing capabilities, and Reglazy for generating initial pattern matching string. There are a number of other utilities out there like Espresso, which seems to be popular, and it's featured an entire series of webcasts on a Microsoft blog site. We also recommend regxlib.com as a good resource for both its cheat sheet and numerous regex examples that have been posted there. Here's a quick peek at the regxlib website. Here's the cheat sheet that I mentioned. It also has a search capability so that you can search for particular regex statements. So say, for instance, we want to do a U.S. Social Security number format check. We can search here, and people have posted various solutions from what looks like simple to very complex, depending on the criteria that they need matched. So that's a quick peek, and this is a very good resource. There are a vast number of resources on the internet for regex. Some good search terms are regex resources or regular expression webcast. The simplest example of a command prompt that varies is what we refer to as a new tackle prompt that hasn't been logged into by a user. In the unlogged in state, it only recognizes four commands: time, pause, log on, and exit. As you can see, each time you execute a command, it increments the number preceding the greater than or right arrow character. As you can see from our interactions, the first prompt is tackle 1 and the last tackle 4. Our goal with a regex statement is to recognize this changing pattern of prompts. Let's see how to use the Regulazy tool to derive our starting regex string or statement. The first thing we do is enter a sample of our command prompt, and we see from watching the screen that our prompt starts with a tackle, a space, and some series of numbers, greater than sign, and a space, before it enters to input mode for the user to start typing. So once we've entered our pattern, we go into regex edit mode, and it takes an initial stab at generating a regex statement. What we do is we highlight the part that varies from one part prompt to another and select the best option that describes this data. And this data is made up of digits. So at which time it then regenerates our example prompt. So what we'll do here is we'll highlight this, copy to the clipboard. We now paste our starting text into the regulator and use the analyzer request keys of Control-Shift plus the letter A. In this pane, it decompiles the statement and tells us what exactly is going to happen. The hat symbol here is the anchor to start of the screen. It's then expecting the word tackle followed by a space, which takes us up to this point. Then we're saying any digit. So the slash is lead-in character, D is the meta character, and the plus sign says we're going to get a digit character one or more times, followed by the greater than symbol, and then end a string. This is not a perfect string, as a user can type after our command prompt, and the match will fail because the end of the string marker is there. Also, if we look at our sample screen, we see that a space follows the greater than symbol. So we omit the $sign and add a slash space character and do our Control-Shift-A again to get a new compilation. So with this recent change, it's going to see a greater than symbol and a space as part of our command. Now, if we grab the new tackle context recognition string, we get a much more complex example. Depending on how your nonstop system is configured, safeguard may be a priority. You may get a safeguard prompt instead of a tackle prompt. We account for both these possibilities as the context is also used by ID Manager functionality in outside view for auto logins. Note, for documentation purposes, we use the open and close parentheses to group our two tests. This pipe symbol here indicates either tackle testing or safeguard testing. Regex is extremely flexible. The same match could be achieved by writing the regex string more tersely. The regulator can also be used to test your regex strings. In this case, we have added two valid command prompts followed by two invalid command prompts for our test set. To test your regex statement, you click on the match button. In this case, it's reporting 3 matches, which indicates a problem with our regex string. So let's take a look here. Oh, we didn't do a grouping. So now when we click our match button, we get our expected 2 matches. So now looking at our statement right here, we've got to analyze what the user would do. So we have the start of the string, the word tackle or safeguard, any white space character. We kind of use that so that you kind of know it's a space or a tab or such like that. So we could test for the space by replacing this S with a space character. Any digit, which we've seen before from the start of us doing this regex statement, the greater than symbol, and any white space character. Now, normally the user would start typing his command. What if he accidentally hits a couple spaces before he starts typing his command? So what we do here is we add the plus symbol, which means 1 or more, and we do our Control-Shift-A again. And so now this might be a slightly more robust regex statement to use for our matching. Depending on your tackle custom file, your tackle prompt can have any one of 3 different patterns. Also in the tackle programming manual, they give an example of a custom tackle prompt that a lot of people use. We right-click on the dynamic toolbar, so you can see to automatically recognize a tackle prompt for most environments, a more complex statement is needed. This context is especially used by our ID Manager feature to make sure that an automatic login succeeded. If your organization has defined a non-standard tackle prompt, then you need to develop your own custom regex string to match it. So in closing, we suggest you analyze other outside view command prompt regex strings to get a feel for the various regex patterns that could work for your situation. Again, we recommend regexlib.com as a good resource for your learning experience. We hope we have given you enough overview to get you started with regex for your unique requirements. We hope you've enjoyed this quick regex overview and urge you to view our other videos that we have prepared. Thank you for viewing this video. Good day.